a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to another edition of For Light and Dice. On this episode, we see what happens next to Lysander and Wynne. Wynne met an old, well, let's just say friend, in air quotes for right now. We don't quite know who he is yet, but maybe we'll find out next. And of course, Lysander is dealing with the Mirrors of Jeddah. So check out what happens next.
So, how's the Spiegel? Did it get back to you?
It's been decommissioned. No thanks to you.
I'm so delighted to hear that you upgraded ships, which is what I'm sure happened, right?
He just grunts and like kind of pushes the gun further into your back a little bit.
Okay.
Just keep walking.
Okay, I'll take that as a no. Anyway, it's great to see you, buddy. I'm so glad you got out of that unfortunate predicament you were in when we last saw each other.
It's S77. While you're walking deeper in the museum, S77 is taking the time to point out each painting and sculpture and vase, etc. As you're walking by, and he does take you into the hallway where when you see the same weird obsidian rock just standing in front of the door, and Irvin kind of backs away a little bit, and you can see that he takes the safety off of the light blaster, and S77 suddenly puts their arms up and goes, "Oh my!"
No. Okay, we're all business people here, and also the droid. No, there's no reason for violence yet.
For our audience, Irvin is a human male who is about 6'1", dressed in the same guild uniform, and he has lots of heavy scars on his face, though it's covered up by his white beard. He has a scowl on his face just looking at you, Wynne, and shakes his head. Of all the places to be seeing you on Naboo, I thought you were on the run. I've seen it everywhere on the HoloNet.
Well, you know what they say, the best place to hide is in plain sight. And, you know, I just kind of figured, where's the last place anyone would look for me? Right in the middle of the Republic.
I'll say.
Look, running and hiding is a thing that you evolve as it goes along. I am open to constructive criticism.
You've added another year to my indentured contract because of what you've done. Now I'm serving on some pathetic refugee ship.
When does the Han Solo point to themselves and goes, what I did? I feel like that should have been something that should have been easily talked out of or penned on. Just how long were you on that station anyway?
For too many cycles.
Okay. Well, when motion's in front of them, I'm so glad you survived.
No thanks to you.
They
But I'm not
smile
so
like
sure, my friend, you're going to survive.
that kind of is my whole thing, if we're being honest here. So I would say my money's on me. And frankly, between the two of us, I would go with my bet.
He frowns, and I need all y'all to roll initiative.
Okay.
Wait, me too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Let me check something. Am I surprised?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm going to roll initiative.
I got a 9.
And my proficiency is +3, and I have 4 superiority dice, so I am going to use one of my brand new skills.
Oh, wow.
One step ahead, which allows me to expend a superiority die. And that is a total of 11.
Okay. Yeah, so Lysander, you're in this like dark you don't even see the other Kyber mirrors anymore. It's a large black chamber with black columns everywhere. There's no walls in sight, and there's a cold wind. Your Sith self with its red lightsaber charges up to you and swings with their lightsaber. And you duck underneath.
Oh my god.
Wynne, what do you do?
I am going to, Wynne pulls out there. How close is Wynne to Irvin?
Irvin allowed for some space, so it's about he's about 10 feet away from you right now.
So Wynne is gonna to quick draw their light pistol out, and they're going to attempt to shoot Irvin's pistol out of his hand.
Oh wow, okay. Make an attack roll, but it's gonna be at disadvantage.
Okay. And for attack roll, I add the number that's next to the light pistol.
That's right.
On my thing. Okay, and then the damage is the 3 energy. Okay. That is gonna be 10.
You blast. Actually, I'll roll damage.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be 5 damage.
You don't hit the gun. You hit the top of his hand instead. You actually are surprised to see that circuits and stuff go flying off of his hand, and there's sparks flying. That's when you realize he has what is it? A cybernetic implant of some sort on his hand.
Oh, come on!
He screams a bit and goes, "Oh, you Griffin nerf herder! I've had it with you." Lysander, what would you like to do?
I'm like, what can I do in this situation? Because he's still running, right? And he's trying to find a way out.
Okay.
But it's just like a void right now, isn't it?
Around you, there's this absolute darkness. The only thing that's giving light right now is that red lightsaber.
Dang. I wish I chose better force power.
You wish you chose Force Lightning.
When you think about it, that's how the dark side happens.
Yeah. He does still technically have his tiny little wrist blaster on his wrist. So he's gonna aim not at his Sith self, but maybe just in a random direction to see if the light from the blaster will like show him any like way out.
Okay.
So I got nothing here.
You shoot the darkness.
It was a 5. So
Yeah, you just blast randomly into the darkness, and you hear your other self laughing and says, "There's no escape from your destiny." Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. Oh my god. It was about to fall and I caught it, but it landed on a weird thing, so I'm gonna roll.
Do it again. All good.
That's an... That's a 10.
10. Your Sith self approaches you and just smiles and says, "There's no escape." And the vision begins to fade away. When Irvin points his blaster at you and smiles and says, "Goodbye, Wynne." It's a really terrible roll.
Hey, I don't like the amount of dice rolling going on that end.
It's not going to suck for you, I'll say that. Yeah, so he shoots his blaster at your head. The blaster bolt goes flying by, and suddenly a weird reflection noise happens, and the blaster bolt goes flying by your head again, the other direction, and shoots directly into Irvin's chest, and he falls back, and there's now just smoke billowing from his chest, and he's not moving.
Oof.
Oh, crick. Okay.
And we will be out of combat rounds. Lysander, the image begins to fade, but then you hear like blaster fire coming from beyond the doors.
He kind of is still disoriented and being like, what? But we'll try to open the doors and peek out and see what the heck is going on.
As you start to walk away to head to the doors, there is a weird sound of like something light falling to the ground.
Okay.
It's like maybe like a piece of glass, maybe.
Oh no. He looks around to see what broke.
It looks like a small piece of kyber that is glowing has fallen off of the side of one of the mirrors.
Well, no one will know, right? If I just take it? Lysander pockets the piece of kyber.
Okay.
And then goes to check what's going on outside of this room.
So Wynne has rushed over to check and see if Irvin is still alive.
Yeah, make a, there's not medicine in this system? I don't remember.
There is a medicine roll under wisdom.
Yeah, make a medicine roll.
14.
He's barely alive. He for mechanics purposes, he's literally at 0 hit points. He's not dying, but he's not moving.
S77. Where's one? Can we get a medic?
Wynne?
I don't have time for this right now. He shot himself, or the door shot him. We don't have time for this. Medic, can we get a med pack?
S77 says, "Absolutely, sir." And he looks over to the black rock and just says, "Thank you, Master Obsidian. You were most helpful."
Oh my god. But now is my chance to use one of Lysander's new force powers. Lysander walks over to the guy that he's just like thinking, did Wynne just shoot this man? And we'll place a hand over his chest where like the blaster mark is, I guess. And I'm gonna use Spare the Dying.
As Lysander is doing this, Wynne also kicks Irvin's blaster up to the other side of the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of Wynne, you kind of kick it behind you.
Yes.
And you suddenly hear like a crunching sound, and you look behind, and it seems somehow this large piece of rock has landed on top of the gun that you slid back.
Smart rock.
Yeah, okay, so Spare the Dying, it's an at-will force power, and You touch a living creature that has hit 0, like, hit points, and the creature becomes stable. So, they're no longer in any bad condition, but...
Is there a roll involved, or is it automatic?
It says instantaneous, so
It's
assume...
just, it happens. You lay your hands upon him and use the force. And he slowly opens his eyes a little bit, but you can still tell he's like completely out of it, and he just looks completely confused.
Wynne steps up and points their own blaster down at him, and just waits there.
He frowns, laying on the ground, looking up at you, and just says, "It seems you got me again, Wynne."
I didn't even get you the last time. I didn't even shoot last time.
What in the criff is happening?
Lysander, this is Irvin. Irvin is a rat bastard. Irvin, this is Lysander. Lysander does magic hand things sometimes. Great. Now we all know each other.
A force user. Ugh.
I could have just left you here and let you die.
Yes, it would be super unfortunate if someone left you somewhere to die, wouldn't it, Irvin?
Again.
Again.
At that point, you do hear a great deal of footsteps running and coming around the corner. You can see 2 Naboo security guards and a woman with brownish skin, brown hair, and bright green eyes. And she's also wearing the uniform of the Bind Guild. And she walks up to this whole situation and just goes, "What is the meaning of this?"
And Wynne takes a step back and holsters their blaster and says, "Little misunderstanding, tripping over each other in the archives. Nothing to worry about. Isn't that right?" And they look down at Irvin.
He frowns and says, yes, just a misunderstanding, Captain."
You see, my friend here, and Wynne gestures to Lysander, my friend here got himself a little bit lost, and I went to look for him, and your fine cohort and I stumbled over each other in the dark. A small dark altercation ensued, but frankly, it seems no one is really injured.
The Naboo guards look over at Obsidian, and they tilt their heads a little bit and nod, and they say, "We think that this situation's taken care of," and they holster their weapons. The captain approaches Irin, and she picks him up and says, "You're going to spend many cycles in the brig for doing what you've just done. We're guests here, and you're starting trouble again. Go back to the Legacy Run and don't leave the ship this time."
Wynne thinks for a minute and then takes a step forward and holds up their hands and says, "You know, I have a proposal as one of the technically accidentally wronged parties here. I see no reason that punishment can't be delayed slightly. You never know when you might need someone potentially around that should something go horribly wrong. And I see no reason why this fine gentleman can't serve out his punishment after the Festival of Lights is concluded."
The captain looks at you and she just says, "With all due respect, whoever you are, I am his captain, and he will do what I say."
Oh, of course. That's why I'm addressing you. As the arbiter and decision maker here, it is entirely up to you on what to do with the men under your command. A good captain, of course, always looks after their people with a firm hand if necessary.
She nods and kind of pulls Erwin across the hall. Let's go. Sorry for the trouble.
Don't worry about it. Have a great time. Enjoy being alive.
And they walk away. S77 says, "Well, this is certainly one of the more exciting parties we've had here recently."
Yeah, we tend to have that effect on people, and when holsters their light blaster and turns to Lysander. And where the criff were you?
Lysander, who had been looking down at his own hands, like, wow, I didn't think that was gonna work in his head about, like, saving that person. So he's just like, huh? Oh, I just was really curious about the exhibits.
Mm-hmm. And did you find anything interesting in the exhibits?
He hesitates there and kind of like looks back at the room he just snuck out of. It's just like, no, not really.
Okay. Wynne motions to where the group went and says, so that was Irvin. He sucks, generally. Formerly a captain in the Bind Guild, but was pretty bad at his job, which is why I stole his ship and threatened to shoot him and abandoned him on an Amaxian station in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. Well, no wonder he was pissed off.
So in fairness, I will say, maybe don't blame him too much for trying to shoot me. At least he missed.
How did he get shot then if he was shooting at you?
Wynne kind of looks back at the obsidian door and then over to Lysander and shrugs.
Well, it's just a
obsidian
big
rock
stone slab. Yeah.
And says, that's in front of the door, and just says, the Force works in mysterious ways, I guess.
S77 says, "Oh, Obsidian is a most excellent guard."
Oh, so they are alive. I'm so sorry about just putting my hands all over you earlier, then.
You get the sense that it tells you, don't worry about it.
All right, well, now that we've had that excitement, why don't we go back to the party and act normal? And we will not disappear randomly again or get into shootouts with our former bosses.
Yeah, that would be great. I think I need a drink, actually.
I also think I need a drink. S77, is there an open bar?
Oh, absolutely. The Naboo love to drink.
Oh, finally something the Naboo and I agree on.
All right. And y'all go back to rejoin the party. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight, y'all.
Oh, great. I love all the emotional damage that's been dealt.
Well, hello, Captain Tess. I've been waiting for you.
Rule Thess has been wandering the forests of Naboo ever since the Star Speeder crashed into the terrain. He received some strange signal upon crashing and decided to follow it. The message from the signal offered help, assistance, but who would be willing to help a Gungan, especially a renegade Gungan among the Naboo? Maybe the signal came from his people, or maybe from someone else entirely. Who Yusa and what do Yusa wantin'?
said Yusa can help Misa?
I can do more than just help you. I can give you everything you want. You have many friends among the Naboo, and even friends in other places.
Why would me want and help her Yusa? Me no trust in Yusa. Yusa brought me to Misa Tara caves of the deep, and Yusa no even have the courage to stand before Misa in real life. Instead, Yusa hide behind a hollow screen and have brought Misa to some strange lab.
This lab would be the perfect place for you to conduct your operations. After all, we know what you want. You want revenge, and we want to give it to you.
How do you Yusa know what me wantin'?
We know everything about you, Captain. We know that you're an exile of your people. We know that you're no longer part of the Nihil, which means you need friends. Friends in high places. You need allies. And weapons. We can give that to you, as well as the location of the crew you've been looking for all this time.
Yusa know where to find the squonk?
That's right, Captain. We know where you can find them, how to get them, and so much more if you want. We would be an excellent group of friends to make, especially for your long-term aspirations.
The captain thinks long and hard about this offer. He doesn't know who this person in a black cloak is, who won't even show their face on the holoscreen. And of course, he isn't sure about this cave with a lab. But then again, he does need allies. And he really does want to find the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk.
Fine. Misa needs your help. But what's the catch?
There may be a time in the future where we will call upon your very capable services. And also, you're welcome to kill the entire crew. But I want you to keep one of them alive.
Alive? No, sa deal. Misa want blood. Misa want all of them.
At that point, the display on the holoprojector changes. Lists of guns and ammunition, bombs, grenades, speeders. Everything Ruth S. could want to hunt down the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk.
Our deal is not negotiable, Captain. Either you do as we ask, or you'll get nothing. We may even turn you in to the Naboo authorities ourselves.
Seeing the catalog of weapons just by itself was enough to convince Rule S.
Fine. You shall have a deal. But which one am I keeping alive?
An image of someone suddenly appears on the holoprojector. Rule S is surprised.
Them? What are you want with them?
That, my dear Captain, is none of your concern.
Well, everyone, that is our show for the week. Tune in next time to hear what's going to happen to the crew. I'm so excited for y'all to hear these next episodes, because this was the next episodes are coming from the very last session we did all together. That doesn't necessarily mean the crew is going to get back together by the next episode. You'll just have to kind of wait and listen or see what happens. But I'm deeply excited. Y'all, thank you so much for listening to us, subscribing to us. If you haven't done so already, would really appreciate a review of the show. It helps boost the algorithm and has more people find us, and that would be super neat. Once again, huge shout out to Grushkov, who is the person that has composed most, if not all, of the music of our episodes. Definitely recommend checking them out. They've created so much amazing music based on the High Republic. If you want to follow us between episodes, we're on Twitter under the @ForLightandDice handle. We also have a Discord channel. We throw the link up via our Discord all the time. You can definitely find our Discord through there. It is free to access. The whole community of listeners, as well as all of us that participate in the show, are on it. So definitely, if you want to hang out with us, you're welcome to join our Discord. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening, and as always, may the Force be with you.